These extra benefits can pile up if you take your time when it comes to applying for these benefits. So do not wait and just get it done. I'm also going to share with you my absolute favorite benefit that I call a generational game changer, and this can seriously change the trajectory of your entire family's life. And no, I'm not kidding, so stay till the end. There isn't really a specific order to any of these, but if you want these benefits, you absolutely need to get the ball rolling. So, if you don't already know about your state benefits, go to Gunny Google and figure out what your state benefits are. These seem super confusing, especially if you truly do not know, but I promise you, it's extremely simple and it only takes a few minutes. Hop on Gunny Google and search your state plus disabled veteran benefits. So for me, I would search Virginia disabled veteran benefits. Now there are two state benefits that really require some attention that you need to apply for, assuming that you rate these benefits. Those benefits are property tax exemption for your home and for your vehicle. Most states have a limit as to what can be tax exempt, so you'll need to rely on Gunny Google and your state or county to figure that out. Most states boil down to your primary residence and only one vehicle to be exempt, and the veteran must be on the title if you own or the loan from the bank if you don't. This is by county, and depending on what county you live in, you can do this online. For example, I live in Fairfax County, Virginia, and I was able to complete this entire process online in about 10 minutes, and it was super easy. One of my friends lives in another county in Virginia, and they have to do this in person every year, once a year, so be on the lookout for what matters to you. Now, we are talking about thousands of dollars per year, and depending on your home and your car, this benefit could save you a lot more, so do not wait and just get it done. Whatever heartache or headache this could generate will be worth it times 1,000%, I promise. Another benefit that you need to look into is CHAMP VA. Now, this benefit doesn't fit every veteran situation, so you'll have to make this decision with and for your family. CHAMP VA is health insurance, and it is very comparable to TRICARE. Side note, if you retired and your family has TRICARE, you are not eligible for CHAMP VA. Now, in my personal situation, because there is no cookie cutter answer, my wife has an amazing insurance through her place of employment, and my kids have some serious medical conditions. So in my situation, CHAMP VA just doesn't cut it. Now, I could use it as a supplemental insurance, which again, you'll have to figure that out for you and your family. CHAMP VA processing time takes about 6 months to complete, so you absolutely want to submit the required documents as soon as you can, especially if your family is in need of health insurance. Now, there is a planning factor here because anything can happen in those 6 months, and that 6 months is a guesstimate. It could be even longer. So be prepared and have a deep conversation with your family members about the CHAMP VA option. And of course, there are add-ons like vision and dental, just like every other health insurance plan. Side note, CHAMP VA is for the veteran's family. The veteran has VA health care, which is not insurance. Another benefit is federal student loan forgiveness, and a common misconception is this only applies to P&T, but that's absolutely not true at all. If you have a 100% VA disability rating, you will have your federal student loan debt simply disappear. I say disappear because this benefit happens in the background and it's automatic. So the good news is you don't have to do anything to start or complete this process. The bad news is if for some reason you are planning to acquire more federal student loans, you can contact NELNET, that's NELNET, and they can postpone that student loan forgiveness. This is a one-time use benefit, so think about it. I already know someone is going to ask about spouse federal student loans, and that answer is 99% of the time no. There are other avenues like SSDI or technicalities of who is actually on the loan, and if you fall into that category, what I would do to get a solid answer, because there's so much misinformation on YouTube and Facebook on this topic specifically, just call NELNET and ask them yourself. Now, some other benefits to consider are dental care for the veteran. This is an option for those rated at 100% and not exclusive to P&T. Of course, you can get your Uniform Services ID card. There's a life insurance waiver if you're going to go that route, but you really want to do your research on that one. If you're going to do it, the sooner the better. And a hidden benefit, is Space A flights. Space A is space available. You can basically hitchhike rides from military aircraft to go on vacation or do whatever it is you want to do. There is an entire Facebook group dedicated to this, as those who take advantage of this benefit really dive deep into it for some reason. And I mean, it's free flights to amazing places both within and outside the US. Now it is time for my absolute favorite benefit. And if you do this right, depending on how hardcore you want to approach this, it can seriously change the trajectory of your children's life and build a foundation for generational wealth. And I'm very serious about this one. I don't know about you, and I don't want to make it seem like I was God's gift to the Marine Corps, because I certainly was not. But the 10 years I did serve, the deployments I did go on, all the stupid stuff we dealt with, all the amazing opportunities that were provided, right? Both good and bad. I did all of that in the moment for myself. But now I realize that none of that matters. And heads up to anyone out there, no one cares about what you did or didn't do during your military time. But after doing all of that and being awarded 100% P&T, your children, well, your dependents really, have the ability to pull what's called Chapter 35 or Dependent Education Assistance, DEA. This amount increases like all other VA benefits, and last I checked, it was $1,488 per month. Let's just call it a solid $1,500. When your children graduates high school and they go to college, the VA will deposit a stipend, so it doesn't pay for tuition. It's a stipend directly deposited into the checking account of your dependent. So hear me out for a second as to how we can turn this benefit into a foundation for generational wealth. First, look at your state. Some states, like Virginia, allows children of a veteran that is 100% P&T to go to state school for free. Technically, in Virginia, there is a certain amount, but it's a lot more than you think, and is basically free. Free tuition means zero student debt. This in itself is amazing. But your child goes to college for free or very, very close to free, and they also had that stipend of $1,500. In today's world, those kids will probably continue to live with their parents, with you, the veteran, while they are in school, especially if they are staying within the same state to receive those state-level benefits. So imagine this. They are in school full-time. They are not accumulating debt from student loans. They probably work part-time, or if they hustle hard, full-time. And they are also getting that stipend that is non-taxable, key, for $1,500. By the end of a 4-year degree, your children, depending on what they decide to do with that money, can have a massive down payment for a home. They can buy a vehicle without taking out a loan. 22, 23 years old. Your children could be so far ahead of their peers financially at such a young age that is absolutely life-changing. Your grandchildren will benefit from your dependents taking advantage of Chapter 35 and, of course, all your other P&T benefits. To be honest with you, I want my children to join the Marine Corps, and jokingly, I always say they have two options, either close air support or fire and maneuver, and my wife doesn't really think that's as funny as I think it is. But even if they decide not to, they are set for life. Now, two of my kids have a rare disease, so they won't be able to join the military. But my other two are eligible, and I'll be doing some indoctrination here really, really soon on them. Hopefully it works. They are only 1 year old and a newborn, so I got some time. Listen. Take advantage of these benefits. Educate yourself on how to not only use them, but maximize these benefits not only for you, the veteran, but for your family. Now, me with 4 kids, I have zero intention, and I mean zero, on paying for college tuition. So I got some work to do.